Hello everyone. So we have Dr. Pratha Gupta with us. She has secured a rank of 500 in current NEET PG 2024 exam and she has got 168 correct. So Pratha, first of all, tell us about your background. आपने यूजी कहाँ से किया and what was your attempt this time?
I've done my MBBS from Lady Harding Medical College, New Delhi, and this NEET PG was my first attempt right after my internship, which ended on the 31st of March. And after 4 months or 5 months, we had NEET PG. So I would say I was lucky, and by God's grace, I got through in my very first attempt. And I had also had a rank of 504 in inicet May,
Okay,
which
great,
was also my first INI.
great. So when did you start preparing specifically for these competitive exams? Like everyone used to study for their professional exams, but specifically for these competitive exams, when did you start studying?
So the thing is, when you enter Harding, I would say the direction of wind changes because Harding just is a different solar system completely. I used to party. I used to go out every day. That were like the first 2 3 years of my college, and then I realized that I have to study because I saw people around me. I saw people in Maulana. I saw people in UC or in VMMCs actually knowing a lot of things. They actually showed up for quizzes and they really were good. So that was the time I joined dance with a friend of mine who's also Hardonian. And that is when things started looking better for us. But I started my journey properly with MCQs and everything in my final year. I made notes in my third year during COVID.
Okay, great. So what was your sources? Like you have joined DEMS and you have continued
Yeah.
with that, or have you taken some online courses as well?
Yes, sir, actually, it was kind of a mix and match. Mostly, I feel that I'm more of a dams person because they're a bit more concise as compared to Marrow. So I mostly stuck out with dams. But yes, I also was doing some of Marrow, like beach mein. For some subjects, I would supplement it with Marrow or Prof ka, if you have to like write long answers, I would supplement that with Marrow, but mostly it was dance. And in the last 1 year during my internship, I joined BTR.
Okay. So how did you manage all these things with internship like in LHMC? Because when I did my internship, it was not that hectic. We used to go for like 3 4 hours daily, and we skipped in last month of our preparation. So you might have to go for longer hours. So how did you manage that?
So the thing with LH is that it has a very hectic internship, extremely, and the problem is you are made to work in almost all postings, even if the posting is community medicine, which we have rural postings for that. We are made to do 24 hours over there. We have 30 hours over there. In medicine, it is full of 30 hours. Surgery is also quite hectic. Obs and gynae is the worst. But what I used to do was अपना I used to wake up early, study 2 hours before going for my duty. Then after the duty, I used to put 2 or 3 hours more, and then I used to go off to sleep. On the weekends, I used to push a little more harder. If I'm getting post duty offs, I would work really hard. I would be very consistent with my GPs. I was giving one GP every 3 or 4 weeks. I used to run away the moment I got like a 2 3 days ka bhi span of holidays. I would just rush back to my home. I would study there and it is also something that you don't really have to give up on your life for that because I did party, I did go out, I had a lot of fun weekends as well in my internship. But yes, majorly in the back of my head, I knew that I have to just go back or study, or I have to study before I go somewhere else.
Yeah, so that's what I feel ki most of the people think ki you have to study for 12 hours consistently in these 8 9 months of preparation. In last 1 to 2 months, definitely yes, you have to study, but before that you can spare if you can spare 5 to 6 hours a day, that's more than enough, and that will make you sane in the last 1.5 months so that you will be having the energy to like rush through in that last one. Now,
Yes, exactly. Like in once I was out of college, the internship ended on 31st March. I was the first girl to leave hostel. I was there at home on 1st of April. And I remember I was very scared because you see your preparation and it was really not the kind that would fetch me a rank in INI or NEET. I was barely at 140 correct. I was not getting any good ranks anywhere on any GT platform. And then I decided that kuch ho nahi sakta. I have to just study for 16 hours a day. That will get me through. I have to be very smart. I have to keep my brain open at all times. And I really improved a lot before INI. Like before INI, I was quite confident that if not 500, I might land up under 2000 for sure.
And what about QBanks? Like most of the people, including me, have this habit that I used to solve a lot of questions. And from like starting of my profession, I used to solve 200 questions per day or 100 to 200 questions. And I have solved Marrow QBank twice. And some people have this strategy that they used to revise a lot and do questions that. And both strategies are good enough. And I have seen the people with both the strategy have succeeded. So what was your plan? Like you used to do question bank?
So So, sir, I was kind of more like you. I used to do a lot of questions. I would do questions of the topics I've never even heard of or I've never even read properly in my life because when I see people around me, I see a lot of people don't know a lot of things, but still they are managing to do so well because their question solving ability is somewhat excellent. And my aim was to build that for me because it is, to be very honest, the concepts of first and second year that had to be built during that time only. Now, for me, the train had left that station long back when I started my journey. And then I realized for me to master those subjects, now I have to go retrograde. So I always picked up the questions first, and then I used to go into the long, deep notes of those subjects. I was very regular with my question bank. Of course, I could not solve it even once completely, but yes, I was quite regular. I used to do it whenever I was on the go, going to have a coffee, whenever I was, even taking patients' BP. I used to do one or two questions, then type the cuff, then the report reading would come, then I would do one or two questions. So that was my day. A lot of days did this.
Yeah. So that's what I used to do. So I had this very bad habit of like scrolling through the Instagram half an hour before sleep and half an hour after waking up. So I changed it with solving QBanks.
Narrow.
Half an hour before going to sleep, I used to solve questions, and half an hour after waking up, I used to read the explanations of those questions. So a bad habit turned into a good habit for a single thing. So
Yes, yes, definitely.
how many GTs did you attempted? And most of the people think कि उनका एक बार revision अच्छे से हो जाए for like one or two revision, then they should start giving GTs. So was this your strategy or did you start giving GT early also? And how many GTs have you attempted before going for the final exam?
So my first GT was, I think, just before my third professionals. It was very, very early. Yes, I gave it in my third year because I had lost my notes. I had simply made those notes. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Uh, so that was in my third year. And in my final year, I tried to give a GT once in every 2 months. Reason a GT. I actually attended a lot of TNDs as well. I attended almost the entire TND course of dams in my final year itself. Every weekend I used to go for offline TNDs. And in internship, so I was very, I had built a sort of compulsion for myself that I will give a GT every 3 weeks. And after coming back to home, I was giving a GT every 5 days. So I have given a lot of GTs and they have really helped me grow. There's no taking back on that.
Great, great. And now with this awesome rank of 500, which branch are you planning to take? And what are your favorite colleges?
So I want to take MD dermatology and I'm hoping to get a college in Delhi. Let's see. And then Mumbai, I'll try for that.
So any advice that you would like to give to upcoming inicet aspirants?
Yes, for INICT, the most important asset you would probably have is your logic. Nothing else would come for your rescue that day.
That is
It
for
is
every.
just a common sense exam. मतलब सर आईना है तो कुछ भी पूछ रहा होता है जैसे व्हेन आई सैट फॉर द एग्जाम आई रिमेम्बर मेरे पेरेंट्स ने मुझे बोला था कि तुम बस दे आओ और तुम उसके बाद दिल्ली चली जाना, अपने दोस्तों से मिलाना, पार्टी कर लेना, रिलैक्स हो जाओगी, फिर नीट के लिए आगे पढ़ना। और मैं तो सबसे खुश थी जब पेपर खत्म हुआ, बिकॉज आई नो दैट आई हैव टू गो टू दिल्ली नाउ, आई हैव टू गो एंड मीट माई फ्रेंड्स। एंड व्हेन द रिजल्ट केम आउट, I think nobody could believe that I have gotten a rank of 504. NEET was still believable to people, but I was really not. And to be honest, I was the most shocked. And I think I cried a lot because I had to check my result for 20, 30 times at least. You don't believe that you get a rank in your first go. But I carried my common sense with me and I used it very well. I did not get stressed about any question. I was really relaxed. So I hope we will follow that.
So all the best, Pratha, for your future journey, and
Thank you so much, sir.
hope that you will get the branch of your choice in your preferred college.
Thank you so much, sir.